Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to start going through these entries. We have over 200 to go through, and it's whatever we end up narrowing it down to, or whatever process of elimination we use.
There's a lot there. Look at this stack again.
I know, it's a lot. There's a whole lot of these to go through. So somehow or another, one of these is going to end up on the side of that truck. So guys, follow along. This video is going to be really cool.
And we're narrowing this down to 6. And if you want to win, you've got to vote on all our social medias.
Yep.
All that stuff.
Yeah, this video included. You get to vote in this video for your favorite one.
Or Facebook or TikTok or Instagram.
Exactly. So let's get to it.
All right, let's do it. And just a refresher here, guys, in case you're just catching this video and you didn't see the video that we put out about this truck before. This video, we're picking the paint design that's going on this truck. Well, we're picking our top 6, and then we're putting them on the internet, and then you guys are going to vote for it, and the winner off of the voting process, which ends on November 27th, 2023 at noon, that's the paint design. It's going on this truck, and we're doing the whole build on this thing. It's going to be freaking awesome. It's a really cool truck, and we're going to kind of do something that kind of pays homage to the 359 Patriot Edition, but this is a truck we're doing it to.
Okay guys, so here's the plan. Me and Brian have come up with an idea. We're going to have to lay the table out like multiple times. So what we're going to do is pick 3 designs each, and then we're going to show you guys the 3 designs we chose and why we chose them, kind of explain that real briefly. And then we're going to lay the table out again, and then me and Brian are going to choose 3 more, and then I think we've got enough entries to lay the table out again after that, to where then me and Brian choose 3 more apiece. And at the end of this, we should have 9 entries each that we've chosen from, and then we're going to try to narrow it down to the top 10 from there.
And there's a lot of really good entries.
Yeah.
So this is actually pretty tough. Like we just went through, we've picked ours on the table just now, and I mean, it takes a lot of thought here to pick them out because every single entry we've gotten is cool. They're literally, all of them are cool.
But they all look really good. And like, even though we've already kind of chosen ours, I'm sitting here like looking at the others like,
Start second guessing yourself.
Yeah, a little bit. So we need to go ahead and clear the table so that way we can get to the next round, or I'm just going to start putting little sticky notes on like 10 more of them.
All right, grab the 3. Let's see your first 3 picks.
All right, so my first 3 picks. Here's one of them, Tyler Siemens. This one looks really good. I think it's very reminiscent of a 359, but also still somewhat modern, which is what we said. And then we've got these 2 here. I actually picked 2 from the same guy, but primarily because I think I like this design the most of the 2 of them, but I love the simplicity in this one and how it's still, it's still kind of an old school stripe job, but has it would be a lot more simple to lay out, and it still looks cool because I don't think I've ever seen anything like that on a truck yet.
That's pretty neat.
It's unique. So I like so basically here's my 3 here.
Yep.
All right, Brian.
And then mine. So starting with this one here. Les did 3 designs, and honestly, all 3 of them, I like all 3 of them, but I had to pick between the 3 that I like the most, and I like this one. And the reason I like this one a lot is because the stripe, the blue can come up over the hood, and I'm thinking when we get over the hood with this thing, it might even lead for doing some other stuff on top of the hood to make it look cool. So I definitely really like this one. So there's my one.
There's one.
And then my other one is over here. And Carlos did 3, sent us in 3 of them. They're all cool, but I like this one the most. This one I like a lot because where the stripe comes down, I like how it can kick up right here by the Peterbilt emblem, so I think that's pretty neat. And my third one, take that. And my third one is this one. And all 3 entries, again, from this guy were really cool. I like the extra line here. kind of bouncing through everything. It's pretty neat looking. It's a cool stripe job. It's pretty classic looking. So we talked about this. So it doesn't even have to be classic looking. We don't have to do a classic truck.
No.
So
it can be modern.
It can be modern too. I mean, once we get a stripe job picked out, I guess that'll start.
Yeah.
That'll start to sway how we do the rest of the truck.
Yep.
All right, you ready to do another round?
Yeah, let's do another round. All right, so we got round 2 all finished up, and Brian wanted to break the rules because he wanted one more. He picked his 3, and he didn't want to sacrifice one of those 3 for another one that he saw that he really liked. So he picked a 4th, and then he talked me into picking a 4th, so that way it's even on both sides, and there's we'll both have 10 when the game is over. So now we have 4 each, and we're gonna go through those. So we'll start on this end of the table. Braden Burris, this is my favorite of your 3 that you submitted. It's definitely very cool. It's it's not overly simplistic, and it still would be somewhat challenging to do, as well as it's got like an old school look while also kind of being simple and clean.
Yep.
Not too terribly hard. So this one is super simple, clean, easy. Out of all the entries we've seen, there's only been 1 or 2 of them that ended down into the front fender like that.
Yeah.
And that was something me and Brian both liked. And so this is one of my entries here.
What else you got there?
I got this guy here. Again, this one I like, as far as old school and what we had on the table, this one jumped out at me the most as far as what you would see on a 359. Felt very reminiscent of 70s paint jobs. So I thought, well, I chose an old school pick in the last one, so I had to choose one this time around. So Jarrett Clark. And then one of the ones that stood out to me the most out of all the ones that we've looked at
We
so
had to
far,
choose who was going to pick this because I liked it too.
Yeah, is this one
From Luke.
from Luke. It had like these feathers kind of built into the stripe job, which was very cool.
I like that. It's neat.
It's such a cool looking paint job.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one got props immediately from me and Brian. And then Brian, what are your picks? Me and you both was trying to figure out who was going to choose it.
So we'll go over here. So Josh Rowan's, man, this thing's just awesome.
That is a cool looking one. I like the extra creativity of going ahead and adding the wheels and whatnot to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you throw a bumper on there.
I just love, so, and Josh does this, I think this is like his whole livelihood.
Yeah.
He's an artist. So, and he does a lot in the space with automobiles and a lot in trucks. But he submitted this thing, and I know we've been talking back and forth between, like, we kind of keep leaning towards, like, I think we're going to end up with this old school truck.
Yeah.
But I love that.
That is so cool, and still would be pretty neat.
Yep. So that's one pick. Here's another one that I like from Dustin. I mean, I dig the idea of the stripes going over the hood for sure.
Yep.
And I think the way he's got these, it looks really cool. So that's another one of my picks. And then over here, we've got Dwayne. And this design's super cool. So, I've always gravitated towards the clean, kind of simple look anyway. And I love the way the stripes do their deal right there. It's pretty cool.
You know what this one reminds me of? I mean, you chose this one. This one's also from Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it reminds me of? It's a little bit like Chad Berry's truck. Chad didn't have 2 stripes, but he did have one small, real cool stripe that went down the bottom of the middle of it, right?
Yep.
And went through the door handle and everything like that. So
I like this one. See if you set it down so the camera doesn't go. It shows that blue line better. But I like the small lines that follow back in the blue. And the red does the same thing right there across the top. So this one just very classy looking. I definitely like it. Cool design. So that's our 4. These here from Nathan are awesome.
yeah, very, very cool. 6 years old. He entered in these 2. So those are notable mentions. And
But again, like going through all of these, I mean, every one of these will look cool on a truck. That's our, those are our picks for that round.
all right, you ready for round 3?
Let's do it.
Let's do it again. All right, so here we are, round 3 of 3. And me and Brian have got some pretty interesting picks. But before we get through them all, I'd like to go ahead and point out that we noticed that earlier, Nathan Glassy, 6 years old, these were from round 2. And then we noticed there was another Glassy, so here's Luke Glassy. And then there was one more.
Levi.
Yeah. So I think maybe
Like 3 brothers.
I think maybe 3 brothers got together and entered in. One's 6 years old, one's 9 years old, and one was 13 years old. So honestly, that was like one of the coolest things that happened out of all this.
Yeah.
So
And y'all's designs are cool. I mean, I like all of them.
yeah, I actually had I really got caught up on this one. This one kind of got me the most. The wave of the blue and the red going in together, and then I'm going to say Levi over here. This actually looked pretty good too.
Yeah.
So those are very, very good entries, and we appreciate you guys watching the channel. That's very cool. So going through my picks here, I have another one from Luke. This one's pretty neat because, very similar to the one that we'd picked before, the simplistic at the bottom, and it's got the little swoop that goes down onto the bottom of the hood there. I thought that was really, really cool.
It's a nice design.
It is. This one here, I liked it because, again, we had very few entries that come and then ended onto the fender, and maybe we could do something pretty cool with the fender there. And so I like having that as an option. And, it's got the red stripe on top and a red stripe on bottom, keeps the blue kind of encapsulated until the blue breaks out back here in the back. And I thought that was really neat, so that was one of my picks. And then my final one over here, only because it's got the blue on the fender and the red back there on the hood extender.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty neat in that particular instance.
I like that one too.
Yeah, that was really cool.
So I'm going to go with mine, start down here. This one is pretty cool. It printed weird, and it's a lot easier to see on the computer, but this design's pretty neat. I love the stars through there. I think that's pretty cool. It's definitely a challenging one to paint, but could be really neat. And then, where's my other one? We've got this one here. I like that. It's something different. The way it kicks down and then comes across here is pretty cool. And then my third one is this guy right here. So, we kind of got...
All right. Yeah, we have 10 total entries from 3 rounds of laying out hundreds on the table. So let's
clear this off and lay them out.
Yeah, let's get our 10 entries apiece. That brings us down to the final 20, and then we'll be able to see all our final 20 side by side.
Okay.
All right, guys. So me and Brian are down to our final 20, and we got to start eliminating options. But before we start eliminating options, I want you guys to know, me and Brian have both talked about this, and we had a lot of really, really nice stripe jobs to choose from. So what we're going to do is put all these into a file, and whenever we're looking at a truck in the future, it may not be red, white, and blue, but when we're looking at a truck in the future and we're like, man, we really want to do something unique and cool with a stripe job, we're going to keep all these on file, and we're going to be able to pull that out and say, hey, let's just go to the stripe file.
Yep.
In the future, we may be calling you guys up and sending you guys a message saying, hey, even though we didn't use your design for the Patriot, still could use your design for another truck in the future. So
Yeah.
that's one exciting part about having all these on standby.
Because there was a lot of really cool ones that I was looking at. I was like,
really
that's
cool
a great
designs.
idea. And
Yeah.
even if you didn't do the entire stripe job, there's aspects of all these that are just they're great ideas that we can kind of morph into something else.
Yeah.
So-
So the first round here, what we're going to do is I'm going to eliminate 2 out of my pile. Brian's going to eliminate 2 out of his. That'll bring us down to 16 designs. And then we're going to start, kind of picking and choosing from each other's piles. So
Yep.
it's going to get interesting. So Brian told me, hey man, you got to eliminate 2 options. So here I am. I am eliminating this and this out of my stack. So these are going in the top of the file
Okay.
for potential future designs.
All right, I'm gonna do mine now. So my choice with what I'm eliminating to is just because stuff that's very similar. Again, I like every single one of these. It's kind of hard to choose which ones I don't want to use. But we're gonna go. I think I'm going to choose to take out. Oh man. I think this one and I'm going to take this one out. I don't even like taking them out. I like all of them. Okay.
You made me a little nervous. You started to get real close to one that I wanted to see make it.
So there's mine. So now you pick 2 of your absolute keeps.
Out of mine?
Yep.
Okay. 2 of my absolute must keeps. This one is an absolute must keep. That one's got to make it.
Okay.
All right, so that one is an absolute must keep. And then I'm going to say out of my other absolute must keeps, I am very torn between, I'm going to say these 3 here. So out of my absolute must keeps, I'm pretty torn.
I want to start playing Jeopardy music.
Making it very, very intense. Can I phone a friend?
All right, which one is it, Tommy?
I'm only because of how different it is. I'm going to keep this one.
Okay.
I like how the reds broke up in 2 different portions of the truck. This one's going to be a real pain taping it all off.
But it looks cool. It's very different.
Yeah, it's so cool. I really like this one. I feel like it's very reminiscent. So, all right, here's my 2 absolute
That's yours
must keeps.
keeps. All right, now my must keeps. It's going to be this one because I love that design.
That is cool. Very cool.
Oh man. And then so now like my other must keeps is going to either be between Dwayne, Dustin, or Luke, I believe. But I also really like Les's. My must keeps. I think I'm gonna go with this, and here's why. So both of my designs in my head, if I use these, I'm definitely not going. These aren't going to end up being an old school look. They're going to be more. They're going to be in between old school and new school kind of a deal. And so,
as far as that goes, we only have one traditional old school in our must keep pile so far.
right there.
So
But
now
see,
we got-
I get to pick 2 of yours now, and you get to pick 2 of mine.
Yep.
So what do you want me to pick your 2 first, or my, or
Now you pick out of my pile now.
you want me to pick out of your pile?
Yeah. So
Okay.
and this will bring us down to our final 8, right? So after
Yep.
you pick 2 and I pick 2.
That's the final 8. I like this one, and I like this one. Whoa. So these are my 2 keeps for
man.
your pile.
All right. So these got eliminated, correct?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, man, I really hoped you were gonna pick this.
I like that one too.
I really, really hoped you were going to.
I have a problem is like I always like the same style of
All right.
stuff, and then
Well-
I kind of gravitate towards it.
I'll just say, Braden Burris. This is a really cool stripe design. I didn't want it to get eliminated, but it did.
So now you got to pick 2 out of mine.
I got to pick.
And
2
so
of yours.
and so I'm sort of hoping there's 2 that I hope you pick out of this group.
Okay.
so
Well, you can't tell me which ones they are.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, you can't say it yet. Because all right. So I really like this. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to choose this one. So Dwayne's moving. Oh wait, no, we got 2 Dwaynes here, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, we got 2 Lukes.
Yeah.
Oh wow. All right. And then, you know, the one that stood out for me from the very, very beginning, Brian, it looks like it belongs on a 359 Patriot.
I love that one.
So I'm bringing him into the final 8.
Okay.
And
You know what's crazy is I really wanted something to go over the hood, and we never ended up with one over the hood.
that one goes over the hood.
This one goes over the hood.
This one goes over the hood?
This one does. You're right. But I had picked these 2 because I wanted something to go over the hood, and then, like,
Oh, one of these 2.
yeah. But if this doesn't, since these aren't going to make it to the Patriot one, I think we're gonna do something on another truck.
Something soon.
And we've got one that we're going to announce at some point. This other build we're doing.
Yep.
And I think between either one of these 2 or one of these in this pile is going to go on this other build we're doing soon.
Yeah, well, we got all kinds of builds coming up. I mean,
Yep.
we're not going to have a shortage of trucks anytime in the near future to paint
No.
stripes on. So, guys, again, to everybody who submitted an entry, thank you guys so much for taking the time and, spending your free time on building a stripe job to go onto the Patriot package.
Well, there it is, our top 8. Okay, we're down to our final 8. Mm-hmm. And we've decided we've got to eliminate 2 more.
So I get to pick one of Brian's to eliminate, and Brian gets to pick one of mine.
Is that what we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So fix and do that, and then the 6 are going on the internet.
Yep.
And you guys are going to vote for your favorite one. Pick yours, Tommy.
Is the Jeopardy music back on again?
It is.
No, it's not Jeopardy. It was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right? You said Jeopardy earlier, and I said phone a friend. Wow. I didn't even make that connection until just now.
Now.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So, yeah, we got to get this over with. Boy. So, one of yours.
You have to take out a red one.
Okay. All right. So, here's where I'm at with it. I really like the simplicity of these 2 here. I love the simplicity and how clean, and I think we need some modern, choices and picks in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is really wild, and I think this could possibly be like the wild card, vote out there for someone who doesn't want clean and simplistic.
Yep.
They're going to veer to that to vote for it. And I feel like if somebody wants a wild paint job to vote for, then they need that on the board. And since I have to pick one with a red marker on it, and I really like these 3, I think I'm going to have to eliminate this, as much as I don't want to, because it's such a cool looking old school
It is.
paint job.
Okay.
All right, so that one goes into the file.
And then I have to pick one of yours. So if I'm picking one of yours,
I guess which ones would you vote for the most?
so it's between 2. If I got to eliminate 2, there's 2. There's 2.
All right, so let's get those over here because these are locked in.
My choice, if I'm going to eliminate one of yours, is going to be between either this one or this one. If this one gets picked, I just want to say I want to change it. I want to add another line here from the door back. If that one was to win, but
is it going to be in the competition? That's the question. And so you're saying it's between those 2. So are these 2 locked in, or where you at with it?
These 2 are locked in. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll lock those in.
All right, so let's bring these over here.
And then
All right, so
it's between these 2. And I don't, I like this one a lot. It needs something else over here.
maybe something that like starts in the door and goes back.
Mm-hmm. And I like this one. So I don't know. Tommy,
Yep.
I guess the one I'm going to pick is this one. So that one goes back in the pile.
All right. Really? You
Did
had me for a second. I was like, oh,
Are you
man.
scared for a minute?
I was a little bit scared. All right, let's line these up. One of yours, one of mine. And then,
What are we doing?
well, we got to number these so that way people can know
Which one?
what number to vote for online.
All right, so here are the final 6, and Tommy has labeled them.
Yep. So
to
we
vote for them.
We wanted to make it to where there was no confusion and it was as easy to read in the comments as possible. So in the comments of this video, what we want you guys to do is comment your vote for which one you like the most. So if you want this one to win, you would comment 1A. This one you would comment 2B. This one you would comment 3C, and so on. We have 4D, 5E, and 6F. So in the comments, just go straight down there, say my vote is this one, or just put 1A directly into the comment section. Also, if you're not subscribed to YouTube and you don't have a username and you have an Instagram, a Facebook, or a TikTok, we're doing the exact same thing. We're gonna have an Instagram post that you can put the comment, you can just comment directly that one. And then on Facebook, we're going straight likes. So whichever, we're gonna post these 6 individually, whichever one has the most likes, that one is going to be the winner on that one. And then on TikTok, it's going to be similar to Instagram and YouTube, where you comment the one you like the most, and we're going to count them on in the comment section. Now, we have to cut this off so that way it just doesn't run forever. So
we're counting everything on the 27th at noon.
The deadline is Monday, November 27th at noon. That's when we're going to start counting. So any vote after that is not going to get counted.
2023.
2023, yeah. Monday, November 27th at noon, 2023. Me and Brian are going to tally up the votes so that way we can get an announced winner sooner than later.
Yeah.
So
across all platforms, all tallied up.
Exactly.
Whatever's got the highest number, you're the winner. This is going on a truck. It's going on a T-shirt. All kinds of cool stuff.
Yep. So we got YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. There's a way for you to vote, hopefully, in one of those. So guys, let us know which one of these designs you want to see on a truck. Outside of that, you guys know what to do. You got to like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. And then...
where's that at?
At Semi-Casual
At Semi-Casual Show. You're not stealing it from me, Tommy.
Then we'll see you guys next time.
Later.